Hey, what's up, everybody? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Everybody on live, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the Dayton Tolbert Show. I am your host, Dayton Tolbert, man. Listen, guys, y'all know why we're here, right? You know what I mean? You know why we're here. I want to talk about Jay-Z. We got to talk about Jay-Z. Now, over the last, couple days, really, everyone has been talking about Jay-Z. And I have to talk about it, but the way I'm going to talk about it is going to be a little bit different from what you've been hearing on the blogs and on CNN and MSNBC and all that stuff, man. So, good morning, good morning. I see y'all checking in. Good morning. Friends of the Dayton Tolbert Show, what's up? Good morning, good morning. So, and obviously this is an ongoing situation, but I wanted to start today just by discussing what we've seen so far, right? Some of you guys literally have been listening to me talk about Jay-Z for the last 20 years. This right here is nowhere near the first time I've done a show discussing Jay-Z. I just need to put that out there. Everything you guys are seeing, people who follow me and have followed me have literally heard me saying the same things for decades on this show. Go back to the archives, look them up, Google Jay-Z on the Dayton Tolbert Show, Google blasphemy and entertainment, Google that and just type my name in and see what comes up and listen to it. And so I'm not here to say, I told you so. I'm not here to say any of that. I'm just here to tell you what I've been telling you when everybody would say, why are you hating on Jay-Z? What do you got against Jay-Z? Beyonce. Anybody ever heard me talk about Beyonce and what they're into and, when they really met? We'll talk about that today. But, forget the 20 years. Forget what I've been saying for the last 10 years. Let's just talk about what I said last year, right? So if you guys remember the first live show of 2024, where I was discussing Cat Williams and the industry. Go back and listen to that. I reposted on my Facebook page. You guys can go to DaytonTolbertShow.com to check it out. Cat Williams exposed a lot of things that, again, I've been saying for many years. But then I came back to talk about what we're going to see moving forward. I said that was just the beginning of the industry no longer protecting certain people the way they used to since we've been little kids. Back in the day, it was like, hey, you keep your mouth shut, you go along with the agenda, you pay your Illuminati ties, if you will, and everything will be fine. They will keep your secrets. The media will love you. The media will protect you. The lawsuits will be non-existent, and everything will be fine. But what's happening now is, and I talked about this recently, is that we are seeing, the rise of independent media. See, this is the original urban podcast, right? As far as podcasting goes. But you got to pay attention to the podcasters, the bloggers, the independent journalists. And when I say independent, I mean not the people you see with these $1 million Barstool Sports endorsements and sponsorships and DraftKings and all this online betting, and no disrespect to anybody, get your money how you get it, whatever you do. But just know that when you have those $1 million, multi-million dollar endorsements, Kai Cenat and Breakfast Club and Gillian Wallow, and just understand that they are controlled by the media, by the establishment, and they cannot say the things that I can say or some of these other sources in independent media can say without reproach, without consequences. You understand what I'm saying to y'all? I can say whatever I want to say. I don't have to protect people they tell me to protect. I haven't sold my soul. I haven't done any of those things. So I'm just telling you this so you can understand what I'm about to say. What I'm saying is going to be much different from what Charlemagne is going to say, or DJ Envy is going to say, or Angela Yee is going to say, or Gillian Wilder. They're not going to talk like this. Why? Because they're not allowed to. They're not allowed to. So let's jump into it. Let me give y'all some background. I got some notes that I want to go over with y'all. Who remembers the last show I did, a couple weeks ago on Diddy? When the whole Diddy thing broke. Y'all saw I went live. We did a couple episodes. I talked about it, one from a media standpoint, what we're seeing from Diddy in the media and the allegations, the charges, and the subsequent, him being put in jail. But then I also talked about the trains, the behind the scenes, the freak-offs. What are the freak-offs all about? What happens at these freak-offs? Some of y'all were at some of those freak-offs, and I talked about that. And so what we're seeing, so it's interesting, I talked about what kinds of celebrities attend those parties, who sticks around, who leaves at, 1, 2 o'clock, and who stays around for the after party, the party. Remember when Diddy said that? He said, hey, we party all the time. No, he said, no, we never party. So we talked about the parties. See, what we're about to talk about now is Jay-Z was at the party. And this is what I've been saying. This is what Mark Curry was saying when I interviewed him 15 years ago on this show. And he wrote a book called Dance with the Devil. And he talked about the parties. He talked about the freak-offs. And we talked about it live on air. Jay-Z was there. A lot of these other celebrities were there. How many times, go back and look at the links I just posted 2 days ago. When I said, you tell me, who did I say was next? You tell me. Somebody put it in the chat. Somebody put it in the chat and tell me who, the very last time I was live on this show, tell me who I said was next. That was like a month ago. Who did I say was next? Jay-Z. I want to talk about now, and people were saying, oh my God, I can't believe that. You believe this about Jay-Z? Do you listen? Do you listen to the Daytime Talber show? What do you mean, do I believe it? Oh, goodness gracious, man. But you guys got to understand that, there's only so long you can do things and before the exposure comes. Before it was you had to violate, right? Before it was you had to piss somebody off. Like Diddy pissed somebody off. But that was 2024. 2024 is over. That's over with. 2024 was a year of exposure. If you piss somebody off, you're going to get exposed. That was last year, though. 2025, it's a new ballgame. They don't care if you piss somebody off. They don't care if you follow the rules. They don't care if you sue somebody. Drake. Well, okay, let me do this. Since I said it, I predicted Diddy. I predicted Jay. Do I mark this on your calendar right now, guys? Drake is next after Jay. We're going to talk about Jay today. But just know, Drake is next. So I don't have to say I told you, so I'm telling you now. Drake is next. Because Drake decided to do it ironically, exactly what Diddy did. He literally sued the establishment that's responsible for him being worth $500 million. Diddy sued the establishment that's responsible for him damn near being a billionaire. 800, 900 million? 700 million? Like, he sued the liquor company. I talked about it. Watch the video. I did a whole video on it. You cannot do that. You cannot do that and expect them to not, you're going to feel their wrath. Drake is crazy to do that. but he sued the music industry for putting him in a position to succeed. Diddy sued the people for putting him in position to succeed. And that's why the media is coming down on Diddy and everybody hates Diddy. Watch this. Drake did that, and Drake ain't had a hit song since Not Like Us. The media, you guys got to listen to what I'm telling you. The media is controlled by the establishment, and they control who you like and who you don't like. 1 minute Diddy's being honored at the VMAs with a Lifetime Achievement Award. The next minute he's in jail. R. Kelly, literally 2 years before he got jammed up, was being honored at the Soul Train Awards. He killed it. And next thing you know, he's in jail. 1 minute Jay-Z is the global ambassador of the NFL and whatever else he is, does the Super Bowls. And guess what? We got to wait and see what happens. But let me tell you this. The one thing that Jay-Z Bill Cosby, the list is endless, guys. How many people do we need to point to that have gone against the grain and did something they weren't supposed to, spoke out against someone they weren't supposed to speak about, and now they're out of luck. But Jay-Z is next. So one of the things we got to talk about is why? What did Jay-Z do? The problem here is that there's no loyalty anymore. The powers that be are all about money and jealousy and power and envy and greed. And so when they see someone, especially in your black, you can kind of sprinkle race in there a little bit. But when you have a black man who's getting a little bit too powerful, just a little bit too powerful, things get a little dicey. You can only be on top for so long in this industry before they take you down, especially as a black man. Show me someone watch this. Show me someone in any form of entertainment that's been on top forever. I'm talking about the greats. Whitney Houston, Elvis Presley, Diddy, R. Kelly. The list, Drake, the list literally is endless. There's only so long you can be, they will allow you to be on top before something happens. They tried it with Usher a couple years ago with the whole herpes thing, but he doubled up on his Illuminati ties, and like, all right, bro, we got you, cool, you're good, like you know what I'm saying? But it's only so long, we'll let you host a Super Bowl, but he's still young. He still has time to be taken down. Y'all think I be making this stuff up, man? What do y'all think I've been talking about for the last 20 years? You think I've just been talking to hear myself talk? We're now seeing everything that I've been saying this entire time come to fruition. Everything. So one of the things you got to look at is, let's talk about Jay-Z, but let's also talk about the fact that Jay-Z and Diddy have been friends forever. And can I give y'all some information real quick? I got to be honest with you. I'm just going to speak candidly to y'all. We talked about the difference a couple months ago between a train and a threesome, right? Listen to it. If you're a woman and you don't know, you think two men and a woman is a threesome, you need to listen to that show. Okay? A threesome, just a brief recap, a threesome is two women and a guy. A train is two men or more and a woman. That's a train. Step by step. I smash, he smash, then you smash. That they ran a train on you. And so what happened allegedly is that Diddy and Jay-Z ran a train on this little girl. But let me just give y'all some background on this. One of the things you guys got to understand is that men don't just run trains on women with just anybody, right? That's not how it works. You might, like, I might smash a woman, you know what I'm saying, and keep it to myself or whatever. Yo, bro, I smashed this chick. But like, if we're gonna run a train on someone, you're only gonna do that with someone you trust, someone you have a relationship with, a bond with, It's not just, oh, I know this guy, so we're just gonna run it. No. Because that's intimate. There's a lot that goes into that. So you're gonna do that with someone you're friends with. And I'm just any man will tell you that. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, bro, this is how we gonna do it. I'm gonna have her come over, right? And then I already smashed. So I'm gonna start like touching on her. You know what I'm saying? And you just sit next to me and we'll just chop it up. We'll start having some conversation. And then next thing you know, you just start touching her. Get the Donald Trump on, yo, bro. Just grab her by, you know what I'm saying? People think that Trump was talking about rape. No, Trump wasn't talking about rape. Trump wasn't talking about rape when he said grab him by the pussy. He's talking about what actually happens. That's how it actually goes down. When you're about to, and it's no rape. Unless you're underage, then it's rape. But I'm saying, if you y'all want me to be real or not, man? Do y'all want me to be honest with y'all? I'm just telling you. You know how many women love being grabbed by the pussy? And that's no disrespect. But again, we're talking about women who allow you to run a train on them. And let me tell you, if a woman is going to let you run a train on her with your best friend in the room and she doesn't even care, guess what? She doesn't care if you grab her by the pussy. So you want to put me in that category and say, oh, you're talking about assault? No, we're not talking about assault. But only men who know that lifestyle, only men who've been there can understand that, yo, nobody's talking about no rape. We're talking about a freak off. Now that might sound harsh. That might sound uncomfortable for your virgin ears. I know we got some virgins on the chat. You know what I mean? No one's ever done anything like that. No one's ever had any threesomes. No one's ever let a man grab them by the vagina. That's the other groups. That's the sex groups that y'all also were in. See, I'm in the Christian group. Y'all, this is the Friends of the Dayton Tolbert Show group. This is a Christian group. I understand everyone in this group doesn't do none of that freaky stuff. That's for the other group. That's when you go on through your burner account, right? I get that. But just know that if a woman is gonna let you run a train, she's okay with other things that might otherwise be viewed as vulgar or even assault if you're not into that lifestyle. But I'm just telling you, that's how it goes down. You grab her by the pussy, by the vagina, start rubbing on her thigh, bro. Start rubbing on her thigh. Y'all want me to tell you a story? I don't want no problems. I'm going to tell you just a private story. I might be taking this too far, but this was years ago. This was damn near 30 years ago. Oh, well over 20 years ago. Me and my homie of mine were sitting up there chilling. Had a young woman in the room. And I'm like, exactly what I'm telling you. Like, you know what I'm saying? So he's like, what do you want me to do? Just chill, man. She's freak. You know what I'm saying? Just chill out. You know what I'm saying? He's like, okay, cool. So I never did. I'm like, hey, man. So I'm doing what I do. I'm like, yo, bro, get the lotion. Get the lotion, man. Because I'm about to tell him to start putting the lotion on her. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, bro, get the lotion. I'm like, yo, I'm like, but she's not really paying attention to him. I'm like mouthing to him. I'm like, get the lotion. Get the lotion, bro. He's like, he gets the lotion. He starts putting it on himself. I said, yo, bro, what are you doing, man? This dude starts putting the lotion on himself. I'm like, no, on her, man. He's like, oh, shoot, my bad. So I'll leave the rest of that story to y'all's imagination, but I'm just telling you this. That's how it starts. So what happened now, I'm bringing this back to Jay-Z and Diddy. They're friends. The same way me and this guy were friends. Diddy and Jay-Z are friends. That's not a secret. That's not, that's common knowledge. Diddy and Jay-Z have been friends forever. So I'm just saying, if Diddy is going to run a train on someone, if Jay-Z is going to run a train on somebody, they have the type of friendship that's who, you know what I'm saying? They wouldn't be uncomfortable with doing that in front of the other person. There's some people I know I'm cool with, but I ain't running no train with you. I'm just not doing that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not, obviously I'm married. I'm just speaking. I'm just saying that's not, everyone doesn't have that type of relationship. And I'm focusing on this so you guys understand how this stuff goes. Some of y'all don't even know how this stuff goes. So I got to set it up properly. You know, got to get the video camera in place perfectly so she can't see it. You distract her. You know, and I never did nothing like this. I'm just using this as you distract her, start doing something, and I'm going to slip the thing in her drink. That's one thing. See, that's I've done a lot of things, but that's one thing I was never into. I've never had to rape somebody or assault somebody or drug somebody or manipulate somebody or anything like that. You are dealing with sick individuals. Diddy is a sick individual. Jay-Z is a sick individual. Bill Cosby is a sick individual. Now, did he go to jail for raping somebody? Ironically, no. Did he go to jail for drugging somebody? Ironically, no. He went to jail for raping someone that he was already cheating with and having an affair with. Bill Cosby I'm talking about. So that's the irony, the ultimate irony. But he's still sick because he definitely drugged women. He just didn't get prosecuted for that. But these are sick individuals. Rick Ross he said, I put a pill on, she ain't even know it, or whatever he said. She ain't even know it. These people are drugging women without their knowledge. Remember back in college, we're walking around late on a late night. This was one of the craziest things I've ever seen. Walking around and me and my homies, it's like two or three of us, you just see this woman walking around like white girl. Oh my gosh, disoriented, like, excuse me, sweetheart, you okay? Like, hello? She's like, I don't know. She's just like out of it. Like, hey, come here. Took off my jacket, gave it to her, wrapped her up. She was like in a brown panties, just walking around the campus. And she was drugged and raped. So we took her to campus police and they got her situated, but I've seen this stuff. This stuff is wild. Charlemagne is a sick individual. I don't feel like getting into it right now, but just do some research if you're unfamiliar with his rape case. Charlemagne raped a 16-year-old girl. Charlemagne the guy. Look it up. Raped her. Allegedly. And she went to the police. Just look it up. That's all I'm going to say. Just look it up. You know what I'm saying? But was Charlemagne canceled? No, he's still on the Breakfast Club, right? He's still in the iHeart, when it was the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for journalism or whatever. So DJ Academics allegedly raped a young girl on camera. Look it up. Look up these names I'm telling you. These people are sick. I'm going to tell y'all something. Y'all know me. I've interviewed a million different celebrities on this show. I'm telling you what I know for a fact. 90% of these celebrities are sick. The entertainment industry is sick. What did Neo say? I remember this show I was watching recently. It was an interview. Neo was saying something like, he was like, man, now he's sick too. Don't get me wrong. But he was saying something like, man, if I ever get into another relationship, I want it to be regular. I don't even want it to be a celebrity because celebrities are weird. They are just all weird. They're, with some weird shit. That's what he said. And a lot of people, that went right over a lot of people's heads. Right over their heads. But guess whose head it didn't go over? Mine. You know what I'm saying? It didn't go over mine. They are sick and weird. I have been to parties where I've had to sign non-disclosure agreements. I've been to I'm just telling y'all. Y'all know, these people are sick people. Jay-Z is sick. Why do I say that? Let's talk about Jay. So I'm going to throw some names out there. First of all, Jay-Z is a clown. And I'm having deja vu because I remember saying exactly what I'm about to say literally 15 years ago. Literally in the same chair, not this exact chair, but literally in this same spot, I remember saying, this guy is sick. Why do I say that? First of all, he calls himself Jehovah. Jehovah. You are mocking the name of God. You got to be a sick and dumb person to literally and blatantly mock the name of God and profit from it. You got to be a weird person. Whatever happened to having the fear of God? Does anyone fear God anymore? I do. But Jay-Z must not, because he calls himself Jehovah. You're going to mock God? The same God who would literally strike people down for way less than that in the Old Testament? You play with the name of God? You want to do all types of weird stuff, put weird lyrics in your songs, imagery? You think it's cool to say God can't, what do you say? Jesus can't save you. Life begins when the church ends. He said life begins when the church ends. And this is still one of the most popular people. That's some wild stuff, man. That's what he said. I'm not making this up. Look it up. Look up some of his, just Google Jay-Z satanic lyrics and see what comes up. What do you think I've been talking about for the last 20 years? Let me ask y'all a question. When I did the show 20 years ago on Satanism in the entertainment industry, what do you think that show was about? You know what I'm saying? Who do you think I was talking about? When I did this show on blasphemy in the entertainment industry, what do you think I was talking about if you didn't hear it? Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? But why else do I say Jay-Z is a clown? Other than the fact that the guy literally worships Satan and glorifies an anti-God agenda. Outside of that, as if that's not enough, Jay-Z has a history of, we'll say this, dealing with young girls. Right? I mean, he does. I mean, this is not, if you're into hip hop, this is not, this isn't breaking news. He has a history of dealing with young girls. Well, what young girls and this is for everybody who doesn't know, but most people know by now. That's the crazy thing. Most people know, but literally don't care. That's the craziest thing in the world to me. But what young girls am I talking about? Well, Foxy Brown. Jay-Z was dealing with Foxy Brown allegedly. Got to say allegedly now. 20 years ago, I didn't have to say allegedly, and I didn't. But 2025, I got to say allegedly. It is what it is. But he was dealing with Foxy Brown. Foxy got you hot because you kept your face in her puss. Who said that? Nas said that. That's when Nas destroyed Jay-Z on Ether. That's what Nas said. I mean, and that's what everybody knew. Foxy got you hot because you kept your face in her puss. So what am I saying? What am I alluding to? Jay-Z was having sex with Foxy Brown when she was 16 years old. Allegedly. Am I lying? Am I lying? This is what everybody knows. This is not rocket. This is not the first time somebody has said this. Jay-Z was having sex with Foxy Brown when she was 16, allegedly. Who else? Jay-Z was having sex with Aaliyah when she was, I'll just say when she was young. Yeah. What? What do you mean? I thought R. Kelly was having sex. Well, he was. But guess who else was? Jay-Z. Guess who else was? Diddy. Right now, I don't have it in front of me. Google Jay-Z and Aaliyah. No, do this. This is some crazy stuff. Google Jay-Z, Diddy, and Aaliyah picture and see what comes up. Just do it. Not right now because you're listening to me. I don't want y'all to miss a second of what I'm saying. But after I get done, Google Jay-Z, Diddy, and Aaliyah, and you're going to see a picture of Jay-Z, Diddy, and Aaliyah in the middle. And guess what they were doing with Aaliyah when she was young? Y'all don't want to believe this stuff about your idols. In a little bit, I'm going to tell you why you don't want to believe it. But that's reality. Why do I know that's reality? Jay-Z dealt with Aaliyah right after R. Kelly did. And then Dame Dash dealt with Aaliyah right after Jay-Z did. Guess who's all friends with each other? Dame Dash, Jay-Z, and Diddy. And they all dealt with Aaliyah. They literally passed Aaliyah along. Let me tell you what happens in just not even in the industry, but just in life. men pass certain women around. Right? And it's only women they don't respect. I'm not going to pass my girlfriend around. I'm not going to pass my wife around. I'm not going to pass somebody I care about around. But when you don't care about someone, when you don't value someone, you don't respect someone, you just pass, yo, bro, she gave some great head. You might want to, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to pass you her number and just call her up and act like whatever. But like, or I'm just going to give you this introduction. She's a freak. We ain't even got to pretend. I'm just going to pass her to you. And it is what it is. You got to experience that dome. And that's what they did. I mean, no disrespect. Rest in peace to Aaliyah. But, you know, people need to understand that she was young. And we are talking about rape. We're talking about a minor. But she was passed around. You know, I mean, this is not rocket science. This is not breaking news. She was passed around through the industry. You know, it just is weird. So, you know, really, you know, I know Dame Dash is going through some things, you know, financially and different things like that. But really, if you get some time, really listen to him when he does some of these interviews where he talks about, from his perspective, why the partnership with Jay-Z dissolved. And he tells you, but not without really telling you, because, you know, Dame is from the streets and the code is the code and he doesn't want to snitch, and him revealing exactly what he knows would be the epitome of snitching. But, I mean, he tells you what Jay was doing. He says what was told to him from Aaliyah, because that was his girl. He wifed her up. After she was passed around, he wifed her, and she told him some things about R. Kelly as well as Jay-Z. And once he found out about what was happening with Jay-Z, that's when he said, and pull up the interview, that's when he was no longer okay with maintaining a personal or business relationship with Jay-Z. That's what Dame Dash said. You don't believe me? Look it up. He's not going to spell it out for you. People, and that's one of the things that gets me about, you know, social media and just people in general. It's like they are so programmed to believe what the media tells them that stuff has to be spelled out. It's like, oh no, he doesn't worship Satan. I mean, he literally said, life begins when the church ends. What the hell do you think that means? But because he didn't spell it out, you know, Beyonce literally came on stage wearing a witch hat at a concert in New York. She literally had a witch hat. But outside of that, I mean, you know, we know what she's into regardless. But I'm just telling you, they will put this stuff right there in your face and people will still act like they don't see it. But what is that? What is that called? You want to know what that's called? Is Beyonce the Antichrist? Is Jay-Z the Antichrist? No. But what that is called is the spirit of the Antichrist that the Bible says was here and is here now. The Bible is timeless. He says, let's look it up. The Bible says the spirit of the Antichrist is among us. And what we're seeing is when you see the masses see something that is obvious, and they ignore it as if they don't see it, that is called the spirit of the Antichrist. And that's how it will be. When the Antichrist actually does come, when he actually does come, people will see him and they will act like they don't see it. But what we're talking about now is the spirit of the Antichrist, which is here. And we're experiencing that. When people will see you will see Drake on stage literally kiss a 16-year-old girl. And she will tell him, hey, I can't do that. I'm only 16. And he's like, oh, okay, whatever. I'm still getting turned on by her, whatever the hell he said. And then you still listen to his music after that? And people still protect him? And people still love him? When he literally just kissed a girl he knew was 16. On stage. You can pull it up right now. Jay-Z literally dated Foxy Brown when she was 16. Y'all ready for the final one though? Y'all not ready for this one. You're not ready for this one. Guess who else he dated when she was 16, allegedly? Y'all not ready for that. Y'all don't want to hear me say what I'm about to say. Just log off. Log off right now if you don't want me to say it. I'll give you 3 seconds to log off. Hit the log off button if you don't want to hear what I'm about to say. Who's the third person that I'm talking about? I'll let you tell me. You tell me. Who else did Jay-Z date when he was 16? When she was 16? Ready? I know this is going to be hard for a lot of you guys. Beyonce. Alleged. Beyonce. Jay-Z dated and I'm sure had sex with Beyonce when she was 16. How do you know that? Well, do the freaking math. Do the freaking math yourself. You know what I'm saying? What do you think? Come on, man. Y'all don't, and everybody's saying, oh, well, you don't know that he just knew her. He didn't date her until she was like 22. They weren't dating. No, Beyonce's like, no, I already know. She was older. Okay. You believe that if you want to. When did she come out? Watch this. I'm going to post a video in the group. Add yourself to the Friends of the Day on Talk Show group. I'm going to tell y'all this right now. There's a guy called The Truth Is. Just Google The Truth Is. And you think I'm breaking stuff down? This guy, I'm so thankful for this guy. You think I break stuff down? He breaks stuff down in a way that is like unlike anything I've ever seen. Follow him on YouTube and watch his videos. He has a great video out on Jay-Z. He has a great video on everything. Beyonce, everything. He breaks his whole Drake. There's a video, a clip. He plays the clip. And I've never even seen this video. The guy's, a white guy, he's asking Jay-Z, so Jay-Z, man, you got dating Beyonce or whatever. And he's like, yeah, he's like, yo, when did you meet Beyonce? Jay-Z, look at it. You gotta watch it. Y'all have to watch Jay-Z's face. I've never seen Jay-Z's face. He's like, I don't know. He's like, what? You don't know when you met her? Like, a long time ago. I'm not known her for a long time. Well, but he's like, no, but when? What year did you meet her, bro? He's like, I don't know. It was a long time ago. Yeah, it was a long time ago. Yeah, because she was 16. That's why you don't want to answer. Look it up for yourself. Anyone, I promise you, anyone who doubts anything that I'm saying, watch that clip. And the look on Jay-Z's face will tell you everything you need to know about when he met Beyonce. The guy literally asked him, when did you meet Beyonce? He refuses to answer the question. He refuses. Let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all remember when Jay-Z and R. Kelly had that partnership? What did I go back up? If you go back about 20 minutes to what I said about who do you do your dirt with? Who do you do your dirt with? Diddy, R. Kelly, Dame Dash. This is his circle. You look at my circle, it's a little different from Jay-Z's circle. You see what I'm saying to you? Like, I don't associate with people like that. You know what I mean? But just watch that clip. I'm gonna it's in the you probably pull up on YouTube, but it's in the video that The Truth Is guy just did on Jay-Z. He put it out probably yesterday or the day before. And you gotta see, and Jay-Z's a young guy in this video. He looked like he saw ghosts. He literally looked like a deer caught in headlights. He asked him specifically, when did you meet Beyonce? He would not answer the question. I'm focusing on that because y'all need to know why. He's a sick person. He's sick. Now, let me tell you this. Let me tell you something real quick. Foxy. Oh, one more. Let's not forget about Rihanna. I got something for you. This is trivia. When did Jay-Z discover Rihanna and sign her to his Rockefeller record label. How old do you think she was? I'm going to give y'all one guess. How old was Rihanna when when she came out with Ponder Replay? How old? Hey, Mr. Diddy said Ponder Replay. How old when that song came? That was the #1 song in the country for 16 weeks. How old do you think Rihanna was when she was signed by Jay-Z? 16. Now, does that mean anything? Does that mean he had sex with her? Well, I mean, that doesn't mean anything, Dedan. So what? So what? He's a record label executive. So what? She's an artist trying to get discovered. He's in music. So what? He signed her because she had talent. So what if she was only 16? That doesn't mean he was having sex with her. Okay. Sure. You're right. It doesn't. But let's just use common sense. Foxy Brown, 16. Aaliyah, 16. Now I'm not gonna say 16 because that's when R. Kelly married her when she was 16. But Jay-Z was smashing when she was 17. Definitely she was under 18. I don't care what the numbers you want. She was not 18. Because when Dame got with her, she was like what? Early 20s, 20, 21, whatever, however old she was. So Jay-Z was in between R. Kelly and Dame. So Aaliyah was only like 17, 18 when Jay was smashing. So, I mean, I'm just asking, how old do you think Rihanna was when Jay-Z signed her? I just told you, she was 16. Beyonce, 16. Google right now, when did Destiny's Child come out? When did Destiny's Child come out? How old was Destiny's Child when they, because they're all the same age, right? How old was Beyonce when they came out? But that doesn't mean so what? Okay, she was signed to Wyclef or something back then. And Jay wasn't. I know. You got to defend him. I get it. You got to defend him. I'm just telling you. A lot of this stuff is all this is alleged. I don't want no lawsuits. We're not doing no Tasha K. None of that. You know what I mean? We're not doing this. This is all alleged. This is, matter of fact, this is all for entertainment purposes only. You know what I'm saying? But you know, and I know. What I'm saying is correct. But let's keep it moving. So, what else? But yeah, Jay definitely refused to answer that question. You know what I'm saying? So let's talk about what allegedly happened with this young girl at this party. So this is what the news will tell you. But you see what I didn't want to just talk about what the news was telling. I want to talk about what's actually happening. But this is what they're telling us. So a young girl who went, I think it was a VMA after party. She went to the house. Diddy was there. Jay was there. Some other people were there, but those two were in a secluded room. And next thing you know, she took a drink, started feeling a little woozy, and Diddy did what he did allegedly. Then Jay-Z did what he did allegedly. Next thing you know, she left out. She called her father to come pick her up from this location, and that was that. Nothing ever happened. And so they swept it under the rug. See, guys, Charlemagne was swept under the rug. DJ Academics was swept under the rug. Drake was swept under the rug. Jay-Z, anything, all his dirt swept under the rug. If you are in good standing with those people, any dirt you do, swept under the rug. Until now. Harvey Weinstein or Bill Cosby, all these people, man. They sweep stuff under the rug. But that's what the news is reporting. So what they're saying now is, is he going to be charged? That's a little iffy because this is a civil lawsuit. This is a civil lawsuit, not a criminal lawsuit. That is, they're asking for money. They're looking to settle. So this is what can happen potentially. Potentially, the young girl who's not so young anymore can give a statement to the authorities, to the prosecutors. Depending on what she says in that statement, they can then make a decision, hey, is there enough actual evidence, or can her story be corroborated, or whatever the case is, do we need to go ahead and move forward with an actual prosecution? They can do that. I believe, this is just what I believe. I don't know, what do I know? But I believe that that decision will be made or be determined by a number of things, but how Jay-Z responds. A lot of times these people want to be on the winning side of history. They'll protect you if you're worth being protected. If you going down, see, let me just break it down how this stuff works. Bill Cosby had already made his money, right? They didn't have a problem taking, that's not taking money out of their pockets. Bill Cosby going down. Diddy, another great example. He was making money. But what happened? Watch this. His music career wasn't really popping. He didn't really have any artists signed that were making any big noise. So the music thing wasn't popping. The lawsuit that Diddy filed, what was the result of that lawsuit? Because remember, he took Ciroc from nothing. He took Ciroc. Nobody was drinking Ciroc. When I think they gave him like a 50-50 partnership or something like that. And he took that thing to the #1 vodka or whatever. And so, but when he filed the lawsuit, the result of the lawsuit was the partnership was dissolved. Deleon was dissolved. I got Deleon right there on the wall. I'm not cracking that thing open ever. I'm keeping that bottle of Deleon. That thing is not in existence. Deleon is done. His partnership with Ciroc is done. So the money was done. Yeah, he has his own businesses that he makes money from. But as far as the higher ups profiting from Diddy, that was done. So they don't have a problem taking down Diddy. Who else? R. Kelly. He made a lot of money in the industry, but he was done. They didn't have a problem taking down R. Kelly because the money was done. You got to follow the money. So the Jay-Z thing is a little tricky. Michael Jackson, the money was done. That Prince, the money was done. In fact, they needed Prince out of the way so that they could get his catalog that Prince refused to make available for streaming services. Follow the money. Michael Jackson wasn't making any real money like that when he died. He had already made the millions and billions of dollars. That was done. When they're done with you, Elvis Presley, they throw you away. But Jay-Z's a little bit different. Just a little bit different. The music, they don't care about the music anymore. But he's still making money with a number of other partnerships, i.e. the NFL. They made a lot of money from Usher. They made a lot of money from the West Coast, Dr. Dre and all them. Who else? Just everywhere. They have like a 1,000,000-year partnership for the Super Bowl. So every year, why do you think it's a black artist every single year for the last, 5 or 6 years? There's a reason for that. He's making them money. These are the most excited people have been about the Super Bowl in forever. Kendrick Lamar, he did that. You know how much money the Super Bowl is going to make? So what I'm telling you all this so you understand how it works. I believe they would be a little bit more lenient with Jay-Z. And I'm going to tell you, the next thing I'm going to tell you will solidify that. Because they're still making money with him. Not just he's making money. I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about they're making money. They are not going to mess up their money. And when I say their money, I'm talking about billions of dollars. Think about it. If I can make $1 billion with you next year, not just over the next year, but next year I can make $1 billion, I'd be a little less willing to throw you in jail and ruin your reputation and now I can't make that $1 billion. So that is why when you turn on, and I listen to the Rumor Report on the Breakfast Club regularly, and it's very interesting. Charlemagne is a clown. Be clear about that. DJ Envy is a clown. These guys, when I watch them, and even you can watch them too, go on YouTube and pull up Diddy's interview with the Breakfast Club from like last year or like a year and a half ago when he came out with his Love album. He had a big red coat on, right? Listen to that interview and just listen to how they interact with Diddy. Just listen to it. And this was months before anything happened. They loved them. They were friendly with them. Everything was fine. Now fast forward, Charlemagne just flipped on him. Can't say a positive thing about him. And this is someone who hasn't been convicted of anything. DJ Envy. And it's hard for DJ Envy. DJ Envy isn't like, he doesn't crash out as much as Charlemagne does, but like you could tell he's conflicted because Diddy was really his man. That was really his homie. They did business together. And so, he's conflicted because he's being told, yo, bro, Diddy is no longer it. Like, he's over with. So you got to pick a side. So what I'm saying to you is they have to feel that way. Stephen A. Smith has to feel that way. They have to come out and bash Diddy because he is now public enemy number one. His name is Mud. You can't say positive things about Kanye West. Kanye was friends with Kanye before the Adidas thing. He sat down and did a whole 2-hour interview with them. Everything was fine. But when Kanye pissed off those people, let me ask y'all a question. Remember, who watches Godfather of Harlem? Y'all watch Godfather of Harlem? Remember when Muhammad Ali? No, was it Godfather of Harlem or was it No, it was Ali. It was Ali, the movie with Will Smith. And Muhammad Ali was friends with Malcolm X. But when Malcolm X decided to really convert and get in good with the Nation of Islam, he was like, yo, man, you shouldn't have gone against the minister. And he turned his back on him. You're not allowed to be friends with somebody once you are blackballed. Why do you think everybody turned against Dame Dash? Dame Dash was cool with everybody. But once he and Jay-Z fell out, the industry had to pick a side. That's why he's crazy now. He's this, he's that. Like, come on, man. Dame Dash speaks a lot of truth. But he's not allowed to be taken seriously anymore because of who Jay-Z is. But so I'm just telling y'all that's how it works. So what happens is, unless you are in independent media, like myself, sitting down in your basement somewhere, you can't do a show like this. You will never hear anybody with 1 million followers do a show like this. Because they probably got the sponsorship and I don't have no sponsorship. I used to. These people are controlled. You think people can just get on these podcasts and say whatever they want to say? No, they say what they can say what they want, but the theme has to coincide with what they want it to be. If the media is against Kanye, you got to be against Kanye. If the media is against Diddy, you got to be against Diddy. If the media is for Jay-Z, right now, you got to be for Jay-Z, which leads me to my next point. You look at the Breakfast Club today, yesterday, and this is interesting. Look at the rumor report from today where you have Lauren LaRosa sitting on there, and she was saying, so guys, we got some criticism. We're being criticized. And Charlemagne was like, for what? Envy's like, for what? Well, they're saying that, we have already, with the way we were reporting on Jay-Z, is more biased in his favor. You know what I mean? Compared to how when Diddy was, and she even said this, she was like, how Diddy was accused, it was like we seem like we're more on Jay-Z's side, and people were criticizing us for that. And I'm like, you think? You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying to you. They are, I thought I was the only one that saw it. I'm looking at that, I'm listening like, hold on. Y'all are being very lenient in your reporting with Jay-Z. You weren't that way with Diddy. Where's all the smoke for Jay-Z? At the same stage. I'm not talking about I'm talking about when Diddy was first accused. it was over for him. Everybody turned against Diddy from the jump. Nobody gave him the benefit of the doubt. I'm talking about before the video, before the Cassie video. It was once he filed that lawsuit, it was a wrap for Diddy. Whereas Jay-Z is getting a lot more leniency. Why? Because of everything I just told you. I just told you why. Because he's still making money, not for him, but for them. They're not going to crash out just yet. But I'm just going to say this. It all starts with the allegation. Right? Let me tell you how it goes. It starts with the allegation, and then it starts with the civil lawsuit, right? That's what happened with Diddy. It goes to the civil lawsuit. They try to shake you down. Then you settle one. Then somebody else comes out. Please watch what I'm saying to you. In the next 2 to 3 weeks, this is how it always goes. Just watch. Mark this date on your calendar. 2 weeks from now. Hey, just reporting live from CNN. A second and third alleged victim has come out against Jay-Z. She's claiming that at a party back in 1999, Jay-Z raped her. I'm just telling you, man. This, and then a third one, and then a fourth one, and then a fifth one. Then there's number 7. Oh my God, we have now 17 alleged victims against Jay-Z. Wow, what is happening? That's how it's gonna go. It's not happened yet, but just remember who told you first. And then this is what happened with R. Kelly. This is what happened with Diddy. This is what happened with Bill Cosby. This is what happened with Chris Brown. And then the feds, well, the feds are already investigating. So, I mean, and then the feds, because it's all about the media perception. You don't hear anything about no feds until the media turns against you. Against once they decide the media is going to turn against you. And then that's when the feds swoop in with this case that they've been building this whole time. Nobody heard of it until now, but they've been having this case. The feds had a case against Diddy when he was being honored against at the VMAs. It's crazy. It's craziness, man. But it's all about who you piss off. I'll be honest with you. If Jay-Z plays his cards right, he can get out of this because it's obvious the media has not turned on him yet. Right? That hasn't happened yet. Jay-Z can still survive for now. I believe it's just a matter of time. But for now, he can get past this one allegation. He put out a statement. He called it blackmail. The lawyer's blackmailing him. No, bro, you know what you did. But now and so that's how it's gonna go. If he plays his cards right, he maintains his partnerships, this can be swept under the rug, but if he doesn't, and then it becomes evident that he's a sinking ship, see, they are not going to attach themselves with a sinking ship. They will jump ship because that's going to mess up their money. Envy squeaked through by the skin of his chinny chin with that whole real estate lawsuit, because he was about to go down just like the rest of them, but he was able to weather the storm, and so everything is fine. But everybody's not so lucky. Then again, everybody's not as big as Jay-Z, nor do they have a $1 billion partnership with the NFL. We got the Super Bowl right around the corner. Here's my official prediction, because I like to do these predictions. In my estimation, this is just what I believe is going to happen. 2025, all hell is going to break loose. We're going to see an epic Super Bowl. They're going to make billions of dollars from the Super Bowl. This is what? December, the Super Bowl is in a month. They're going to make a lot of money from the Super Bowl. And then once the Super Bowl dies down in March, April, just reporting a third victim has come forward saying she was assaulted by Jay-Z, man. So look, that's it, man. That's it. I know y'all love him. I apologize. Y'all. But it just is what it is. For those of you who are just tuning in, man, real quick, this is not at all the first time I've discussed Jay-Z. I have been discussing everything you just heard. I have been saying literally for 20 years. All right. You can pull up the archives, DayDonTolbertShow.com, go to iTunes, iHeartRadio. All shows are archived. Google Day.Jay-Z, and just listen. Just go back and pick one. Pick a show, any show, and listen to what I said about Jay-Z 10 years ago. And it will almost be identical to what you're hearing from me right now. See, I don't flip-flop. I'm not like these weirdos out here. Anyone who knows me knows what you just heard, I've been saying. So I will continue to keep you guys updated. I will come back live as we hear more information. Like I said, 2025 is the year of exposure, man. No. 2024 was the year of exposure. 2025 is... That's the year of all hell breaking loose, man. But look, man, like I say, go subscribe. All podcasts in 2025 are going to be on DayDonTolbertShow.com. Subscribe to my Patreon. Everything is being moved over there. So I appreciate you guys for listening, supporting over these last couple decades. The original Urban Podcast. Be clear about that. This is not he sounds like this. No, they sound like me. You know what I mean? No disrespect to nobody. I'm just saying, I've been doing this. I will continue to do this. Not every day, not like the rest of these weirdos, but as things become available, I will update y'all, man. So thank y'all for listening, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.